Sorry, Didi, can you please add the WhatsApp call to your laptop as the sound is very faint?
Please excuse me for the delay and then the problem. Yesterday I was in Vrindavan. Last night we did Parikrama Govardhan, almost 3 o'clock in the night. Started from 8 o'clock. Then back in Delhi now. Today is the last day of Kartik. Sri Radha Krishna's Yamantika Rasayatra, Nimbarkacharya appearance day, Kumara Sampradaya. Then Srila Bhugarbha Goswami, Sri Kashishwar Pandit, disappearance day. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's coming to Sri Vrindavan, that Jayanti. Tulsi Maharani's appearance day. Then Lord Vishnu's Matsya Avatar, like a fish incarnation appearance. Then lunar eclipse also. So many things today. And also I got a lot of questions. I will try to do that. I will in WhatsApp. Now, the Kashishwar Pandit, he is in the Krishna Leela. He was Krishna's servant, Prungara, or Shashireka. He is actually the disciple of Ishwar Puri. Ishwar Puri Shishya Brahmachari Kashishwar. Sri Govinda Nama Tara Priya Ansha. Sri Govinda, that is, we hear as a servant of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and then Kashishwar Pandit. Now, they were Ishwara, Sri Ishwari Puri Pas disciples. So before Sri Ishwar Puri Pas disappeared, he instructed them, both of these, his servant. He should serve, go and serve Mahaprabhu. So they were ordered to do that. Then first Govinda came to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Later, Kashishwar Pandit. Now Mahaprabhu is telling he has a problem. They are his Guru's disciples. It's like Guru. And now they want to do service to him. Actually, so he said what to do is a problem. But they have to follow the order of the Guru. So he has no choice but to accept them as his servants. Then Sarva Bhattacharya. So Guru, order of Guru you have to follow. Then Mahaprabhu accepted service from Kashishwar Pandit and Govinda. Kashishwar Pandit is like Brahmachari and Goswami also. He was very powerful person, very powerful. He was in the time of Rath Yatra, or even when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is going in the road, entering Jagannath temple like that. And he used to make the front of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu going, so that he used to make it clear so that nobody will touch Mahaprabhu. Then in the Rath Yatra time, when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is doing dancing, to control in India you can see the crowd, right? All around Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, there were three mandali, three coverings. First is Nityananda Prabhu along with his devotees. Then second Kashishwar Mukunda. Then third group all around is Maharaj Prataprudra along with his servant. So Kashishwar Pandit was always accompanying Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Even in Navadvip. And Srivasangan, all the Sankirtan time, taking Ganga bath. And then at the time of Sridhar, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was drinking, right, from an iron pot. Then Kashishwar Pandit was crying, looking at the love of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu towards his Sridhar. So he was very, very devoted. So we pray for his mercy. So we get a chance to serve Gauranga Mahaprabhu that way. Bhugarbha Goswami also disappeared today. He was Prema Manjari in Krishna's Leela. But we have heard so much about Lokanath Goswami. Bhugarbha Goswami is same because Bhugarbha Goswami is considered as Lokanath Goswami's Abhinna. They are so in the same heart, I can say. Two bodies, same heart. So dear to each other. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he decided to take sannyas, only very few people knew this. Out of that is Lokanath Goswami and Bhugarbha. When they heard this, they were started crying. How you can tolerate this? And they were crying. Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he embraced Lokanath and Bhugarbha, and then somehow convinced him he should go to Vrindavan. So that was even before Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came. And then when he came to Vrindavan, he always wanted to think, wanted to know Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. When he heard Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is going to South India, he went from almost Vrindavan to South India. Then when he came to South India, then he understood he has gone to Vrindavan. So then he came hurrying back from South India to Vrindavan. See, those time he have to walk. And when he came to Vrindavan, he heard he's in Prayag. So he wanted to go back there. But then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came in the dream, said, no, don't go in here and there. Stay in Vrindavan. Like that. Then Rupa Sanatana came. Gurudeva Swami, not different from Lokanath Goswami, is Samadhi we can see in near Rupa Goswami, Bhajan Kutir and Samadhi in Radhadam temple. Amazing. So much devoted. We, there are a lot of questions. Before that, Krishna killed so many demons. Few of them you can go. What does it mean? Like Bhaktivinoda Thakur. He is he's describing, he's giving more understanding what these demons represent. Putana, like deceitful, right? She came as a mother, but actually disguised to kill Krishna. Deceit. So, deceitfulness, Krishna is killing. So even if we have all these bad things, this is what Krishna does. Then Shakadasura, card demon. See, the Putana had a forum. Shakadasura said, yes, because he didn't have a forum, no forum, he wanted to kill. So he entered the cart. When the baby is couple of months, before it turning from one side to another, this is a thing they take it outside. The first time allowing it to see sunlight, exposing to sunlight. So Mother Yashoda, for the safety, she put like a swing under the this cart. And then this demon thought is the best time to kill. So he entered, and then Krishna, by his touch feet, made them into pieces. So now he may wonder, he had no form, but how he influenced it. But Krishna, through touching his thing, he killed him. Trunavarta, the whirlwind demon. false pride. Then Nalakuvera and Manikriva, breaking of the Arjuna trees. Arrogant, pride, which comes from puffed up prestige, which is rooted in the madness. They are children of Kubera, so much wealth. Kubera is a devotee of Lord Shiva. So, puffed up prestige. Vastasura, the captain, the childish type of mentality, which gives rise to type of greediness, which results in wicked type of mischief. Bakasura, like a crane-like, looks like swan, but he is not swan. False religion, duplicity, deceptive behavior. Agasura, the snake demon, cruelty, envy. So, then Kasura, ignorance of the knowledge. So, Balram killed. Kaliya. Like that, the Bhaktivinoda Thakur really nicely finds out these demons actually they're in us, as a sadhaka. So we should know that these are the things we request, the holy name, right? Krishna in the form of holy name, come and cleanse. Make us free from all this duplicity, all this demonic mentality. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that's why he came. Says, in this world, if he wants to kill like Krishna the way he did, he had to kill everybody. Advaitacharya also was thinking. But nobody will be there. So, kill the mentality. So, in the age of Kali, you can see different times, Satyuga. The demons were also there in Satyuga. But different planets. Then Treta, came same planet. Then Dwapara, same nearby. And in Kali Yuga, they are in the same person. So, that's why we have to kill this mentality, cleanser. That's why Lord has come in the form of now, by chanting, by doing Sankirtan. This we can change. And you can see Jagai Madai, how Nityananda Prabhu's mercy is changed them. So many. So many people, all the pastimes. So that's why we recognize, that's why we pray to holy name, chanting. We have this so much contamination, demonic mentality. Krishna, oh Lord, holy name, please, cut it out, cut it out. So this prayer, if we do with that, and that's why this anartha nivritti, that, mentality within us. So that's why many of the questions, it's like pertains to this. I'll go through. There are many questions from beginning through. Maybe next week also we'll go on this. It says, when I joined Krishna Kasha, I was told that the Gayatri Mantra should only be recited by Brahman, initiated devotees, and not allowed. Coming from Hindi Sanatan Dharma background, we were taught Gayatri Mantra in all prayer rituals by Hindu priests and it used universally. My question is, why must this mantra not be recited loudly? And how do you preach to others, including Hindi priests, and that this mantra should not be recited in normal rituals without offending them? Secondly, I was told by a senior devotee that the Gayatri mantra should not be recited by females as it has negative effect. Is this true? How do you know when one makes progress in bhakti? What are symptoms of bhava? What is vipralambha? What is the most important verse in all shastras? Would you recommend us to fast until noon for the appearance and disappearance days of saints? What about on the day of Guru Puja? The colors of deities for Sri Krishna and Sri Radha are different, sometimes blue and white, black and white and white, or golden color. Is this because the mood is different or it depends on material available locally? He mentioned if one chants attentively, it is possible to change the past and future. How does one change the past? It seems impossible to change the event that happened in the past. Could you please elaborate on this? What is the relationship like in the spiritual world? You mentioned we should know how to wear a material hat and a spiritual hat. How should we deal with mundane relationship in a respectful manner by seeing Krishna in everyone and everything, but not get entangled so that we could become better servants of divine couple on the instruction of our Guru? Is it true that Param Gurudev said if you only chant Hare Krishna, the result will be nothing and you will be filled with material desires? Singing bhajan is important because from bhajans you will imbibe the mood in which you chant Hare Krishna. In terms of Gayatri Mantra, what is the general guideline? He mentioned we need to chant Maha Mantra fast in order to stay alert. Should we do the same for Gayatri? And if we have to visualize fast time, but we don't have any visions yet, would that be considered as an offense or it is okay? How important is having the heart center open in the practice of bhakti? Is it true that over time devotees will be more sensitive, knowing the thoughts, feelings, physical pain of others? How should devotees deal with such a situation? Because it's easy to make offense judge complaint in such a situation. So these are the questions. So we'll go one by one. Regarding Gayatri Mantra, of course, the mantra Gayatri is supposedly should be chanted in mind, never Gayatri Mantra, especially many mantras, especially Gayatri Mantra. In the Shastra, like that. Now, and it should be like one time, see, to the extent, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as a pastime, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Shivananda Sen, his son, Turidas, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was telling, chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Hare Hare. But this boy would not chant. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is telling. Then nobody, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is telling, I made so many of them chant. Even I made elephants, lions, tigers, deers chant, right? In the forest, Dandakar. But how come I could not make this boy chant? I don't understand. Is there a thing? Then Sarup Damodar telling, he is declaring, he is telling, this is the mantra we are telling him. He is doing it silently in his mind, this Hare Krishna mantra. He have given him as like a mantra, Hare Krishna mantra as a mantra. He is treating this as a mantra, so he cannot loudly describe it, cannot loudly chant. Then Mahaprabhu, yes. See, Mahamantra itself, when this Puri, exalted devotee, he took it as a mantra from Chaitanya. Because his guru, he heard, is hearing from the guru loudly. Even the guru is telling, Mahaprabhu is telling, but he cannot recite loudly in presence of others and all that. So this rule is there. Because if it does, the power will go away. This is something secret, It's not that everybody should know. Because that mantra as a particular thing regarding that particular jiva, devotee. And, his forearm, everything is hidden in that. So, that is just for him. So, even though, we hear Gayatri Mantra, for example, from Guru, right? We hear. But when we hear that, the Guru, through his power, yes, put their particular individual form, nature, their spiritual form, nature, everything is there. But it is different for each one, unique, right? So how can, it's an individual, personalized individual thing, sound, Brahman, Shabda Brahman, designed or to bring out that particular person's, spiritual development. It is hidden there. And that how we can openly describe, it doesn't make sense, right? From that point of view, that we cannot. And the Brahma, in Gayatri, there are so many Gayatris, okay? Brahma Gayatri, Guru Gayatri, Gaur Gayatri, Kama Gayatri, like that. And so other Gayatris. So especially Brahma Gayatri, in our Sampradaya, we're told it should not be recited by the ladies. You may wonder, wait a minute, discrimination. No, it's not discrimination. It is for their welfare, for their protection. Because experiments have been done. If you recite Brahma Gayatri, they found that the male and female, suppose there is a bunch of male, female frogs. When you turn on like a speaker, Brahma Gayatri, the female just runs away. It creates like an unfavorable condition. They feel uneasy. So Shastra is telling the experiment is also like that. because their heart is already soft, it will make them hard. So we should not be recited. Now what to do? Even in India too, so many these priests, now this priest, the thing is they do not have the sampradaya lineage, Shastric lineage, sampradaya lineage. And somebody comes up and then, it continued. Like in the Indian tradition, they have these slokas, right? They put Gayatri mantra also as a part of sloka, and then the question is, if that is the case, then what is the point of Diksha? So this is, see, it is conflicting. In one hand, you are saying, you are hearing from the Gurus, but on the other hand, you are openly declaring it. See, it doesn't make sense, and it should be heard from a realized soul, one who has siddhi, that mantra. Because that same mantra has a personality, there's a sage who revealed that. We have to think about them, sage revealed them. The personality, representing Adhishtatra Devata. And from the one we are hearing, we have to remind that we have to pray them first. Before uttering this mantra, we have to pray. Have mercy and please reveal yourself. So simply hearing without this realization, it will not be effective, And there was one question. We, like I was telling, chanting the Maha Mantra quickly, right? Speed. Because that's how our mind, otherwise our mind is going around the world. When you want to drive fast, you have to pay attention to the driving. Is it not? If you want to drive like a normal, like in the front, right? You can keep going behind the car, vehicle. And you can be doing all mobile, WhatsApp, messages, this, that, and still you are driving. Your concentration is not there on that. But if you want to speed up, you have to take over, move forward. Then you have to look at it, on the side, front, you have to be more attentive. When you are driving fast, you better pay attention. So same way, our attention, if you're chanting more, our attention on the sound, on the we are saying, will be there. And that way our attention on the other things, like this anartha, this, that, disturbances, planning, this way, that way, so many things trying to catch our attention will not be paid. They will be superseded. So he can also do that very fast, the mantra. The Gayatri mantra also he can speed up. Don't mind. There is no in that. Now how to preach to the Hindi priest? You have to tell them, you have to educate them what we can do. Like that. What is the most important verse in all Shastras? See, there's only one rule, entire Shastra. There's so many rules. Rule is that we always remember Krishna. Other rule is never forget Krishna. It is same thing, negatively said. In all situations, this is the thing, in all situations. That's why we are practicing. See, we are practicing this. Otherwise, you think at the time of death, you will remember. At the time of sickness, ordinary sickness, how much we remember. Or some trouble comes in our life, do we remember? Forget about it. See, at the time of death is all, is an accident, like suppose an accident happens. What do we think? Us. What does it come, comes to our mind? See, it's a very difficult thing. Like we were going through in the pastime of Kami one. Yudhishthira Maharaj was asked so many questions by Yaksha. He was asking, who rises the sun? What is the higher than? What is the more heavier than earth? Higher than the sky? More speeder than the wind? What is the number, higher number than number of blades of grass in the whole world? Can you count number of blades of grass in the whole world? Even if you count, how long would it take? How much? Trillions and trillions, right? Maybe trillion more. So the thoughts are even more than that. Yudhishthira is telling thoughts are even more than that. How many thoughts? Continuously, churning out the thoughts this way, that. As soon as you get up, even when you are sleeping, it goes on and on. But then how do we think of Lord? See, that's why our practice, asakti meaning attachment to this. So attachment to this material, interest. That's why we have to understand the tattva. Tattva we keep telling. The spirit soul does not 8 qualities. Remember, it cannot sin. It has no suffering. It has no death. It has no diseases. It has no bhoga vasana. It has no desire to enjoy. Even the shadow of that. And then anya vilashita, only to please Krishna. There is no other desires, Each. Then satya sankalpa, satya kama, satya sankalpa. Because his desires are only to please Krishna. It is pure, and that's why it becomes successful. Fructifies. If you desire to do for Krishna, it gets fructified. That's why the whole material, everything is there just to please Krishna. But we are thinking, wait a minute, why Krishna? See, that's why these anarthas will come. That's why Lord comes in the form of the holy name to kill all these kind of demonic thoughts. Okay. Otherwise, our thoughts, this, that, with billions and trillions of thoughts, how we are supposed to remember Krishna at the time, especially we have to remember at the time of difficulty and more at the most important at the time of death, because we are changing. So unless you practice, that's why the 3 prayers, remember, before we go to bed. Oh, Prananath, oh dear one. Please, I know I will not remember you at the time of death. Please be merciful. Please be merciful. I know I will not remember. I will remember so many unwanted things. Then what will happen? Whatever I remember, that's what I will become. So, oh Lord, I have enough of this. So many lifetimes I'm becoming. I was a pig, I was a donkey, I was a dog, I was a cat, I was a tree, I was a devata, I was a demigod, I was a king, I'm an idiot, all these things we were. Because we thought something like that. We became a female because we remembered female, at the time of death. We became male because we identified. So, how to remember? So, please make me remember you. Put burden on him. If you're praying every day and that's what you want, Krishna will fulfill that desire. First, we should get exhausted of this world. This world has no, use for us. Other than, this human form of life, we can remember, and that's the only business. In the devatas, they cannot remember. There's so much pleasure. There's so much bhoga going, enjoying tendency. They will not. And the lowest species, they are only suffering all the time. They can only think of ahara, food, sleeping, mating, and defending. They cannot think of God, who I am, who is this, spiritual activity, all that they cannot. Only in the human form, in between. Not too much enjoyment or too much suffering, balance. So then we have. Like I asked this question. 1 year ago, same day, same time, what were you doing? Can we remember? Very, very few. Practically nobody remembers. What about 1 year, 1 month ago? Same time, same day. Of course, you can say we were going through Harikatha, but exactly what? 1 week ago, yesterday, see, it's very difficult. We forget it. Now, suppose if I ask you, suppose if you are able to remember whatever transpired last 1 year in your life, can you keep quiet? It's impossible. You will forget about breathing. Imagine previous lives. Oh, I was a dog. They bit me. I was a cat. But if you remember all that, you go crazy. Understand? You cannot concentrate. You cannot breathe. You imagine all the thoughts coming in. I was this, remembering all that. Understand? That's why God has given forgetfulness. From me comes knowledge, remembrance, and forgetfulness. That is the greatest mercy. One of the everything is great mercy. This is also. Otherwise, we'll go crazy. Whole world will become a mental hospital. Already is a mental hospital. It will be more severe. Most severe. Who will be their doctors? See, So that's why Krishna's mercy that we forget. So, but how to remember him? That's why we put burden on Lord. I want you to help me. See, this thing should come very deeply. Lord, I really want only this from you. I don't want this material, this, that. Please don't misguide me. Please don't cheat me. I have enough of this from so many lifetimes. Please, please, please make me remember you. Unless the cry comes, unless we want it, unless we realize, enough is enough. This suffering, suffering, suffering. So many lifetimes, I'm misguided now. Finally, I'll come, Lord. Please, please, Gurudeva, please, please, have mercy, and then make me remember. Even if you remember Gurudeva, you'll be, you'll be delivered. Actually, So you have to remember the lotus feet of the Gurudeva. Huh? So like this. Then that's why the best shloka is that always remember. Because whatever you remember, that's what we achieve. You know, uh, and told and never forget remembering Krishna. Same thing. So that's why that's the best shloka. And the whole process is that we are chanting all the time. So that, that becomes most important thing in our life. See, when you go into accident, suppose you are driving, accident happens. Huh? Then what will happen? What the thought will come? Police will come, that other party, this party, that party, our attention, very difficult. And the biggest accident is in our life is before leaving the body. So we should be prepared. You cannot plan for an accident, can you? Oh, an accident is going to happen. I will prepare for this. Accident meaning you don't know how you react it. So the biggest accident, that's why it takes the biggest practice and mercy. We should not be alone, see, at the time of death. See, this is the whole point. That's why Guru will come. You should be sincere, Guru will come and will protect you, will take you. So, then regarding the fasting, appearance day, disappearance day of saints. We don't do, if you do, there is nothing wrong. But what I'm saying, full fasting, we don't do. Appearance day and disappearance day of saints. Why? Because if you do every day, there is the appearance of some saint. And you have to do fasting every day. But then if you do, you will become weak of body unless you are top, saintly person with observing Krishna's dash. You don't need anything physical. That is very rare. Then the question will not even arise. But for a sadhaka, ordinary person, we have to take care of this body also. Like this, suppose in the dog body, what can it think of? It will not understand. The only thing it will understand is eating, sleeping, mating, and defending. So humans, we have all these four, plus discrimination, thinking about, we can discriminate, we can think, we can talk, we can, all these things. We can comprehend, we can ask questions. Is there any God? How is it? Where is he? How does it look like? Can I talk to him? Can I feel him? All these questions. We atato brahma jignasa. We can do jignasa. We can meditate or we can inquire. Sincere. Dogs, very, very rare. Very rare. Very exception. Like deer, when he became a deer. See, this is one thing. Scripture says, Bharat Maharaj, exalted. He was ruling the whole world, not only world, all the Saptadvipa. But he gave up on that. He relinquished everything. And he was in a forest doing bhajan. Then what happens? One day, a deer, pregnant deer, was chased by a tiger. And it is coming. And out of fear to protect his baby, it fell into the water. And it left his body, but the baby was floating. Now what to do? Mother is not there. So he felt compassion. That is saintly quality. But then what happened? Taking care of that, he got attachment to that. Oh, what he's doing. And then that baby deer also coming and snugging, pushing. See, that way, finally what happened is all attachment. He was thinking only safety of that, what will happen to this, what will happen to that. Then the death came at that time. He remembered only deer. Oh, what will happen to this baby deer? Then what happened? He became a deer. But because he was progressing bhakti, up to almost bhava, that will not get destroyed. Everything else will get destroyed, right? Material thing. So even in the form of deer, he remembered that the progress of bhakti. Then he realized his mistake. Oh, attachment to the deer. I became a deer. I will associate with any deer. I will live in an ashram, near ashram, hearing their katha. And then very austere, only eating dry grass. It would not touch green grass. Always looking for dry grass. Attachment. Oh, if I get attached, oh, nice grass, nice taste, sweetness is there. Oh, it's a sweet grass. Oh, no, it's not so sweet grass. It's hard. See, then your indriyas, you're satisfying our indriya senses. Boom. So even as a deer, he was doing his austerity, sadhana. So that is exception, but it is there to show what will happen, how careful we should do, So, and of course, there are so many incidences that is very rare, okay? So we should not, it's up to you, but if you see, the fasting is there to do what? To increase our remembrance, Krishna, and the Vaishnavas. If it helps you, if whatever it helps to remember Krishna more better, that is favorable. Anukulasya sankalpa pratikulasya varjana. We accept it, that is favorable. So if fasting on that saintly appearance there, then you accept it. If it's not favorable, you forget, or you become weak, or you are thinking only food, when it will become 12 o'clock. You understand what I'm saying? Then you should not do. Better you take breakfast and then chant. You get energy and then chant, see? Because we are both, we are having this body. And at the same time, our main thing is this. Body is not the main thing, but it is a necessary thing. You understand? But we cannot put body at the front, main. Oh, I'm here to take care of my body, health and all. No. We are worried about taking care of body, keeping it fit and healthy, so that we can chant, we can do service. No? So you have to understand that. Main thing is chanting. And second is, so primary, both are important. See, you cannot neglect this part. That's why we sattvic. That's why giving up these negative things. Onion, garlic, carrot, mushrooms, masoor dal, and then this sea salt, and then this refined oil, like that. All this, so that it causes problem, health problem. And then offering, we have to accept only the food that has been offered. This is most important thing. We should not neglect this. Our food it should be sattvic, If it is too rajasic or more of passion, ignorance, then we become ignorant and more of goodness. Those things will come in. So should be offered to the Lord. Like we discussed this long time, not many times. Otherwise, this food has three components. One component, main, comes out fiber, this and that, uh, you know, as a stool outside, right? Second, little less makes our blood, proteins, all these things, bones, skin. Third is the food component. The third component is food for our mind, our words we speak, and for our chetana, our prana, life force. So, the third component is very, very important. So, we have to, if you want to make progress in bhakti, you have to be very careful with what we, this prasadam, should be proper. Huh? So, then, what about Guru Puja, on the day of Guru Puja? Well, we can fast on that day of appearance day of Guru Puja, half a day. See, one thing, that's why the Shakti Tattva. See, we do not follow fast on the Guru Tattva, Guru appearance of our Guru Parampara. Because any day, one day, every day, there will be somebody is appearing. So for that reason. But appearance day of Vishnu Tattva, we have to be careful, like Ekadashi. But on the day of Guru, if you want to fast for half a day, that is okay, good. So that you can be more concentrating on the what Guru has given, or paramparas are given, like that. If we make you focus, then it is good. Then the colors of the deity, different, blue, white, black, white color. See, it depends. Like our Gaudiya Math, the Krishna, before Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Goswami Math, the deities of Krishna were black, and the Radharani is white. Because he understood, he realized that because he gives the tattva, that Krishna was in separation, thinking of Radha. So he assumed the form of Radha. That's why he made. From then on, all our deities, so Krishna is also white. So because of that reason, Krishna is in separation mode of Radha, and that's why. But he is Shama color. But depending upon, see, the deities also respond to the degree we serve them. Their mood changes, their form changes, the color changes. If you take care of them nicely, really, then they respond, they change the color, this and that. Sometimes we feel, oh, they have become thin. Oh no, today I think they're okay. So increase our thing, That's why when you offer it, you have to ask forgiveness and put more. These are all individual things, depending upon it, the level of bhakti. So it's a personal thing, they respond. And, now I think the time is already. So for some of you, we will continue these questions. Very, very interesting. I'm glad that you are asking these questions. If you have somebody else has more, you can forward. We will continue the Saturday program. So I don't know some of these questions answered you or not, but it is very amazing. You have these questions. So I'm very happy that you are asking this question. And if you are not satisfied with this, again you can ask whatever this that we can clarify it more. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. So we thankful to Radhe, we speak on Damodar this month because it's really enlivened, brought us more closer. And we pray, we thank you. This Kartik, Kartik Devi, right? Personified, Radharani as we thank her for giving us the opportunity to serve her. So maybe she is pleased with us, and if she is pleased, Krishna will also be automatically pleased. So, and we pray at her lotus feet. If we have done any offenses, knowingly or unknowingly, or Radhe, oh Kshameshwari, Rameshwari, Kshama, all the forgiveness comes from Radha. You are the most powerful personality there anywhere who can do forgiveness. So kindly forgive us for all of our childish, offenses. We pray at her lotus feet. So continue show our mercy. That's why we pray. Jaya Radhe, Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Daite. Gokula Tarani Mandala Maite Radhe Jaya Karunam Kurumai Karuna Bhavite. She is filled with so much kindness. Karuna, Daya, mercy. Karunam Kurute. Karunam Kurumai Karuna Bharite. She is glorifying. Sanaka Sanatana Varnita Charite Sri Rupa Sanatana Varnita Charite Radhe Jaya Jaya. We also pray, Aparada Kshama Kara Radhe. Vindavana Vilasini Radhe Radhe. Vrishabhanu Nandini Radhe Radhe. Kanumana Mohini Radhe. Aparada Kshama Kara Radhe Radhe. Prema Bhakti Pradayini Radhe. E Bharama Thankar. Tamal Kangal Tamal Thankar Radhe. So we pray and maybe she will please and then forgive all our offenses. Vancha kalpatarupyasya kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Thank you again, and please, all of you should forgive me if I have done some, things knowingly, unknowingly, out of uncontrolled circumstances. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Gurudeva. Hare Krishna.
Dhanavat.